Welcome to Weird Gun Game. Today's not going to be a Weird Gun Game show, but I am going to be looking at a few different things here in the game. There have been 4 guns that have been added to the game since the last time I did an update video, and we're going to take a look at all of them, plus a very small build that I did with one of the new shotguns. And all the while I'm going to be talking about some of Weird Gun Game Show Season 1 and what to look forward to in terms of Weird Gun Game on the channel in the future. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start here with the, what's it called? The Maple Badger, I believe is what it's called. The Maple Badger. We have the L8. We also have the Auto 12 and the Siberia 12. And there is a new progression system that is in current testing, but only 30% of people actually have access to it. I am apparently not one of them. So that is okay, perfectly fine. Let's hop in here. The Maple Badger is probably, well, lovely, awesome. Right in here is an SMG that is pretty decent all around. It's a pretty okay SMG. I don't like the sight on it. Now I'm going to be using all of these guns except for one of them in their sort of purest configuration so we can see it. First things first, I'm getting rid of this sight immediately and putting the red dot on it. I've also noticed that there's a little bit of a glitch here. So if you notice, my stuff is swiping in from the left and the right instead of up and down. But if I go to sniper and do this and then do this, it goes back. It's a little bit weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it and start playing. So I'm not here to actually show off how good I am at the game. We're going to be using the guns. But the first question that I get a lot actually from people is, when is the next Weird Gun Game video? Well, it's the same time it's been for the past like 5 months. It's Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So if you don't know when Weird Gun Game comes out for me, it's always Tuesday at 10 a.m. It's always been that way. Well, it's mostly always been that way ever since I started doing the actual Weird Gun Game show. So if you don't know when, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Awesome. Now let's talk about the Weird Gun Game show and also a little bit of Weird Gun Game. So recently I ended the Weird Gun Game show with a season 1 finale. And I also said at the end of it that I didn't know when season 2 would be coming, and that still holds true. I am not taking submissions on this video, so do not send me your builds. Unless you want the community to take a look at them and play with them, I won't be using them. So if you send a submission, I'm not going to be showcasing them anytime soon. Unless it's something like really, really cool, and then maybe, but even then I'm probably not going to do it. Basically, the way it's going to work from here on out is I'm going to be looking at updates. Oh my gosh, this guy's in the sky. I'm going to be looking at updates, new guns, events, that kind of thing, and maybe even the new progression system, stuff like that for the sort of foreseeable future, because trying to kill this guy off here, because I'm currently just taking a break from the Weird Gun Game show. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I am also dealing with a little bit of burnout on the show. It does take a relatively long time for me to make it in terms of extra hours and time added per week to even do that. It can take anywhere between 6 to 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours sometimes of creating that video for it to be the way that it is. And I have gone through and tried to optimize the creation of it as much as possible through different means and editing techniques to be able to do that. But even then, it still takes a long time. And the majority of that time is actually not in the edit, it's actually in testing the guns. So I've said this before in 2 videos ago, I believe I said something about it, that when you guys submit stuff, I can get anywhere between 40 to 80 gun submissions per week, and sifting through all of those takes quite a few hours to do. And that's where a lot of the time goes when it comes to making those videos, is sifting through all those builds and just deciding which ones I want to use. Okay, we're going to move on now to the L8. This is pretty fun, the Maple Badger is. Let's try the L8 here. And then on top of that, I have to go through and edit the rest of it down and blah, 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 and that takes a while to do. But what I found was that at the end of the week or at the end of the day, I wasn't really having a whole lot of extra time to myself to sort of relax. And the problem comes in the fact that I, sometimes need a little bit of a break, and I think everybody needs that. And so what I'm finding is that I'm having less time to just sort of chill and relax and sort of take it easy, because you got to understand that I have other things that I do outside of Roblox and outside of the channel, and those things also take up a lot of time. At the end of the day, I'm sitting here not really having a lot of free time to sort of decompress, and so what happens is I became burnt out. So I've decided to take a little bit of an extended break. I don't know when season 2 will happen, but in order to remedy that, just a little bit of an extended break. Also, I have a second channel, and I don't know how many people actually know that, but I have a second channel called Bubba's Game Reviews. I created it basically to go through and work on editing and get better at it. And it's essentially just a channel dedicated to playing games that are not Roblox. A lot of the time they're M-rated games, stuff like that, but going through and playing these games and then creating like retrospective videos and reviews and stuff like that, essentially just to get better at doing it, writing scripts and stuff like that. And when Weird Gun Game came out and I started doing the Weird Gun Game show, all of that took a back seat. And I've been wanting to do more of it because it is a passion project for me and I really enjoy doing it. And yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to do that since then because it's taken so much time away from me. And I would love to get back into that and do it again to put some stuff out. I've had a game that I've been wanting to do a video on that channel for like 4 or 5 months now, and I've not had the time to do it. So I really want to do that, and I would love to sit down and do it. Haven't been able to, so that'll be great. I'll be able to get more content on that channel, and I also really want to build that channel up a little bit more too, because it would give me the chance to do a lot of stuff that isn't Roblox, which I kind of also sometimes need a break from. Or the other thing that's been kind of eating away at me is Weird Gun Game itself. The biggest issue with Weird Gun Game, in my opinion right now, comes down to the input. If you've watched the past few videos, you know I've complained a little bit about the Weird Gun Game problem with auto aiming and also auto shooting on mobile and on controller. And next week, I'm actually going to have a video talking about that more in depth, showing it off, because I actually have some mobile footage that I got of me playing the game to show that off. And so I want to show that off as well. And I also have a controller that I'm going to plug in and show you guys exactly the problem that this game has with auto aiming and auto shooting, and why for me as a PC player it makes the game a lot less fun. I'll show you then, so just stay tuned to next week. I'll have everything shown for you all. The Saiga here, this is the Siberia 12, I believe. This one is a beast. There are 2 magazines for this, by the way. There is this and then a drum. We're going to start with we'll start with the normal magazine, and then we'll head to, oh, the Auto 12 has a drum too. Then we'll head to the drum, so let's go ahead and do that. This gun is a beast. I love this gun. I know a lot of people are super excited for the AA-12, and the AA-12 is actually very good. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but this gun right here is crazy. It's so fast. So yeah, auto aiming, all that stuff has really kind of taken a bit of the fun out of the game for me. And it also makes the videos harder for me to make because I have to compete with that, and I can't show you guys the guns if I'm constantly getting spawn killed, and that happens all the time. It makes the filming a lot harder than it needs to be. This is a personal creator problem. This has not that really has nothing to do with the game itself so much as it's a personal problem, but not everybody's gonna feel that. Let's put on the drum here. This is the Siberia 12 drum, 20 round magazine. It's actually 25 round magazine. So yeah, just a big set of issues. And then on top of that, just Weird Gun Game itself hasn't really changed a whole lot since they've really started. Like, there have been some maps, and maps are cool and guns are cool. I would really like to see some new game modes, and I think a lot of people really thought that the zombies mode for Halloween was like really refreshing, and I think it was too. This guy is super fast, dang. And I thought that that mode was really refreshing too, because it was something different, it was something new to do, and it didn't involve a lot of the problems that Weird Gun Game has. But unfortunately, it's gone. And one of the problems with WGG is that there are only 4 game modes, and they've only had 4 game modes since the game launched, and that's Team Deathmatch, Free for All, King of the Hill, and Domination. And there's not been a lot of variety in those modes. Now, the variety is in the guns that you create, and that's fine. but the modes themselves, I think, probably need a little love as well. I'm not saying anything bad about the developers. That's not the problem. They're doing what they can, and I'm sure they don't have a huge team. And honestly, there might be things in the works right now that might fix some of my issues with the game, because I don't actually know. I'm just a dude playing the game, making some videos. I actually don't have any contact with the developers outside of the game. I don't have any special treatment. I don't have the Discord. I'm not in it, that kind of thing. So I don't actually know what's coming down the line when it comes to content and it comes to updates. So I don't really know. Okay, we're gonna go to the AA-12 here, and we can go, I believe. No, we can't. So we have AA-12 drum. This one's 20 rounds. It is a little bit slower, but it does some pretty decent damage. I think it does like 20 headshot damage when you're in its range. Boom, just massacred, dude. People can finally stop saying, hey, I have an AA-12 build. Hey, bro, there's an AA-12 in the game now, boys. And it is beautiful. I will say this, that whenever people have requested a gun, the developers have been great about adding stuff to the game. You guys are awesome. Hey, I'm not even going to complain about that at all, because I mean, I got my lever action. I'm happy. I'm happy about that with the Winchester. I love that. This AA-12 is brutal. Now, I can't wait to see like a speed version of this that somebody's inevitably going to make, where there's a huge magazine and stuff like that. So of course the question then becomes, back to Weird Gun Game Show, when is season 2 coming out? Well, I don't actually know. I don't have any plans at the moment. I'm sure at some point in the future it'll be there. I have no plans. But what I'm planning on doing is, when I do come back, it'll be after quite a few updates. So that means that when it comes back and I start taking submissions again, and people have gone through and they've had time to mess with all the new parts and stuff, there will be a whole host of new parts for people to actually submit and to use. I'll still be playing, I'll still be unlocking stuff, and of course I'll still be making videos on the new items when they come out. The views and stuff from Weird Gun Game have been awesome, and I do want to thank you guys so much for that. I'm glad you guys like the videos. I'm glad you like the show. Let's take a look at one last gun. This is what I have done to my Siberia 12. I just, you know, did a few things. It's a little stupid, but I like it. Put the Marrow Maker barrel on it, red dot, and I put the Negev magazine in there. So we get ourselves 200 rounds of shotgun hate, and it's pretty great. It's not the best build in the world, and honestly, I should probably try this on the AA-12, but this is... Look at this. This is stupid fun, and I'm having a good time with it. Like I said, not the best build. There are probably other builds that just shred a lot better. I mean, the noise is great, and I like the speed of it, so that's why I've been doing it. I haven't really refined much more in this, because I haven't really sat down with these guns to build a bunch of stuff out of them yet. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at with everything, with the show, with everything in general. So those are all the sort of things that that needed to be addressed and kind of talked about. So that's it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bubba TV 24 signing out. Oh yeah, it felt good.